Peace and love, gods and goddesses. You hear me? It's your boy, Pepper, came back with another random thought. So, man, today gonna be about, talking about divide and conquer. Because the people in power, the power that be, people controlling the strings, are masterminds when it comes to divide and conquer. And they use it all to keep us divided. From race, to religion, to status, money, like wealth, sex, sexism, ageism, racism, religion, all these things they use, politics, sports, whatever they can get you to debate on, to get you to choose a side on, they go use it to keep us divided. Because one thing you know, any person or any group or anything that's divided can't focus on what's needed to be focused on, the problem, because they're going to be so focused on being better than their so-called opposition. And I'm talking about divide and conquer today because here in America, recently, the Supreme Court overturned Roe vs. Wade. What they got to do with divide and conquer? Let me explain. We got to go back for the last 2-3 years, what we've been going through. The virus, the lockdowns, then right after that, the war with Ukraine. Right after that, inflation, gas prices high, food shortages. And we all on the different sides of that, you know what I'm saying? But I on those topics too. But why would they all of a sudden change Roe v. Wade? Well, I don't care what side of it you on. You feel what I'm saying? That ain't my point. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your body or what you shouldn't do with your body. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't believe government should tell us or be moral characters to tell us what we should do either. But that's not the point of this thing. My point is, why bring up Roe v. Why change Roe v. Wade now? And then when you think about it, it's the more divide so they can conquer us. They got this country right now split in half. Democrats and Republicans. Some hate Donald Trump, the other ones love him. Some want to make America great, some don't. So they got us fighting right there. And you got the blacks and whites, the haves and the nots. And now, what I'm seeing with this Roe v. Wade, they want to divide the man from the woman again. So we fighting all these battles and arguing over all these things. Why they steady putting these laws in and passing these laws? Doing Roe v. Wade, passing these gun laws, taking away freedom of speech. They in there while we fighting about Roe v. Wade and man is first and woman is first. Man should be respected, woman should be respected. And it's Steph Curry top 10 and it's, you know what I'm saying? They back there sliding in these laws again. Every time we focus on them and on the bullshit that they doing to us, and we start to get close to it, like we start getting close, like now, okay, so y'all saying all that shit about the virus and shit. Now the data is in. We supposed to be talking about the data and then what y'all did was, you know what I'm saying, was that right what y'all did to us? But we can't even talk to y'all, can't even get on them about that because they got us in an uproar about gas prices and the war in Ukraine, you know what I'm saying? Then once we try to get a grasp on what's going on in Ukraine, you know what I'm saying? Hold up, y'all faking us with Ukraine, what the fuck, hold up. As soon as we get to focusing on Ukraine, y'all hit us with gas too high and food shortages. And when we start focusing on that, y'all hit us with Roe v. Wade. Y'all don't see the cycle? Every time we lock in on them and, we get focused on all the tricks and scams and shit that they doing to us, they give us another problem. You feel what I'm saying? We can't even find a solution for the last problem because they keep us with problems. You feel what I'm saying? And keep us divided on those problems and on those issues. Instead of us coming together like, damn, y'all the sources of all our problems. If you motherfuckers wasn't involved, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be having these problems. If the government wasn't involved in the Roe v. Wade, we wouldn't be having these problems. Why should the government tell you what to do in your life anyway? Regardless if it's abortion, if it's marriage, who is they? Are they God? Is the government God? Let me know this. Because I thought God was supposed to be over marriages. So why do we got to wait to be certified by the government to get married? Whether it was gay marriage or not. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get married, it's not up to the fucking government. It's up to God. Allegedly, I thought. Ain't y'all religious people? Ain't we religious people? So, if you want to have abortion, that's up to you. And if it's murder or not, that's something you got to deal with once you meet the Creator, right? It shouldn't be the government to tell us that. That's simple. You know what I'm saying? That's simple. But we want this government so involved. Then I was on Facebook the other day and I was explaining this, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on no side, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, what's the big deal about Roe v. Wade? Like, what's the big deal about them stopping us having an abortion? Like, that's something for them. And, like, you still can have it before 15 weeks. But make a long story short, she went to tell me, like, well, I'm saying this because to go back to what I was saying about having government in our business. She was like, I was telling her, like, we shouldn't have government in our business anyway to make those decisions. She said, well, if the Supreme Court went in our business, we would still be in segregation, right? And we still, you know what I'm saying, if the government did get into play. And I said, true, because she's right. If the government did get into play, probably was. But that wasn't a good decision either. Not for us. You know what I'm saying? If we're being honest, you know what I'm saying? If everybody was being honest, desegregation was the worst thing for black people as far as ownership and owning our own stuff and being a self-reliant people in race. Once they killed Jim Crow and segregation and we came together, we stopped owning everything. Now everything is owned by somebody else but us. But when we was forced to own our own shit and buy our own shit, we was productive and we was thriving. Look it up. It's facts. I ain't being racist by saying that. That's a fact. When we was segregated and white people didn't want to buy our stuff and we couldn't sell to white people and, you know what I'm saying, we had to sell to ourselves, we was doing perfectly fine. When we couldn't go to their doctors, we had to have our own doctors. We was doing perfectly fine. When we couldn't go to their newspapers, we had to have our own newspapers. We were giving our own information. You know what I'm saying? We had our own newspapers. We had our own doctors. We had our own churches. We had our own system running. And we was doing it fine and well without them. You know what I'm saying? We didn't hate them. Even after all the shit they did, we didn't hate them. We were just minding our own business. And we were thriving. And it's facts. Perfect example. Black Wall Street in Oklahoma. It's another one. I think it was called Rosewood in Florida. I'm sure it was many more that we never heard about that they came and destroyed because they seen us thriving without them. And they couldn't have that. So, that's why they don't want to let us go. And I hate to make it about black and white thing when I be on here, but I'm just trying to give y'all facts because these people don't really think in color and skin and shit. They just trying to run the world. But I'm just trying to show y'all something on how they divide and conquer. If we was doing good with pro-black, if they see the pro-black white people, pro-black, and the pro-black people come together, they ain't gonna like that. And that's why they divided us from each other. You feel what I'm saying? At one time they redlined us. You know what I'm saying? Because black people and white people was coming together. The poor, like, hold up, we see what y'all got going on. So they come in with red line. We will give these loans to these white people, you know what I'm saying? To get their houses, to make them, so they can live the American dream. But we're not going to give it to the black people. Therefore, they created a class system, you know what I'm saying? With white people, poor white people, we are just above black people. So just enough to make them feel better, so they can feel like, you know, like at work, a supervisor feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, we should be working for the same company, but I'm gonna give you a little bit more. It's the same thing with the house nigga, you know what I'm saying? And the field nigga, you know what I'm saying? They let the poor white people be the house niggas, you know what I'm saying? And the poor black people is the field niggas, you know, they gotta still have the field niggas. But it's the same system, same thing. They doing the same thing. Their whole thing is divine and conquer. Willie Lynch letter. You're looking at it as on a race thing. All right, take race out the Willie Lynch letter and look and think of it as a government trying to do it to a people. You know what I'm saying? Take the race out of it. And put age in there. Put religion in there. Put politics in there. We just need to keep these people running around in circles while we do what we got to do. As long as we keep them running around in circles, we go better do what we got to do. Implement our agenda. Which all the great texts told you. They want a one world government where they control everything and you're a slave. They want many as slaves as possible, so they can keep their agenda and the system going. Why y'all think Roe v. Wade is going? Why y'all think they stopped that? You know what I'm saying? They need their slaves. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with none of that. You feel what I'm saying? But y'all put it on. They need their slaves. Spirit boy and blank. If they keep killing all their slaves. And not just their slaves, they self. I was just listening to Billy Carson and it made sense what he said, like, nature is always gonna win. Nature is always gonna win out. Like you said, you can build a city, right? 500 years, if you don't take care of that city, nature go overthrow it, grow over it, trees and everything, and it's gonna get back to where it's supposed to be, natural. You see what I'm saying? Like all those tombs in the Amazon, just nature took over. Like all those civilizations buried in sand over there in Egypt, nature took over. And that's what's happening with also our human forms, our bodies. Nature is taking back over. And they know that. The people in charge know that. When I say nature, people that's natural here and natural to this planet. You know what I'm saying? It's taking over. That's why they studying our system like crazy, black people. That's why they like, damn, why is y'all having all these kids? You know what I'm saying? But we can't. Why is the white woman womb so barren, but the black woman ain't? They trying to figure this out, and they know that if they steady allow abortion to go on, that's gonna kill them off even faster than what nature already doing. I'm not making this up. Go look at it and point me out where I'm wrong at. Who's having more kids? What race of people having more kids than the other? And why is that going on? Because they know. But again, I don't want to get on race because it ain't even about race. It's about wrong and right. So, I say all that to say this, man. Don't let them divide us. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to pick a side. Well, you do. Just, go in peace and love. Be, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit is just to keep us not focused. Every time they bring up something, y'all think of if the mainstream media is pushing it, they pushing it for a reason. You see what they did with Trump. They made us hate Trump, and then look what happened. And I ain't saying Trump a hell of a motherfucker, because he probably fucked up too. I'm just saying, like, their media controls it, like they had us all, fight for Ukraine. You don't even know how the fuck you fighting for Ukraine. She was like, but you don't even know why you said, you know what I'm saying? Right. If the mainstream media pushing the narrative, man, you need to be questionable. You need to question everything. It's okay. It's okay to question everything. Because not having knowledge is what's destroying us. Being ignorant is what's destroying us. Not white people, not black people. It's our ignorance is what's destroying us. And not just our ignorance, our willingness to be ignorant. Like, we don't even want to know. Like, if a motherfucker try to explain something to most people, most of us is like, y'all be so combative with a person that's just trying to get y'all to think. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even telling y'all what to think. I just want you to think. Like, I want you to think out the box. Like, okay, well, I get it. The government telling you this. Okay, CNN telling you this. Okay, Fox News telling you this. Okay, but what do you get out of it? You know what I'm saying? Are you reading the cue? Are you dissecting everything? Are you just listening to what they tell you and going off that? Are you going to research it and ask more questions about it? You know what I'm saying? Don't just take what they say as gospel. Go ask more questions, because you're going to learn some stuff. Even if you go down a dead end, going down that dead end, you're going to learn a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Come back, start all over. At least you're on the path to find the truth, the honest answer. Because we know they lying to us. We know they lied to us. We know it. They get caught up in lies all the time. But we still believe it. And still let them divide and conquer us. They came out with Roe v. Wade just to split up men and women. I got women on my timeline. Oh, y'all on their side? No, we ain't did nothing, lady. We ain't did nothing. We don't got no control over that. Like y'all say, we don't got no control over that. Do y'all honestly think men want abortions to go away? Come on, man. A lot of these niggas don't even want their kids. You know what I'm saying? So you think they want abortions to go away? That ain't our battle. That ain't our beat. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's them wanting power and control. Y'all right when y'all say that, but it's not just over y'all bodies, over our bodies too. Y'all forgot that fast that they was trying to force the shots on us? Y'all didn't see this coming? It's about to get worse. They about to try everything, every trick they have to stop what's coming. Because they know it's coming. All they doing is prolonging it. You know what I'm saying? They just prolonging the inevitable. But yeah, man, I've been on here a little bit while, but don't let them divide us, man, because as long as they keep us divided, they gonna conquer us. You know what I'm saying? That's the oldest trick in the book. That's the oldest play in the book, but it's working on us. So we gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Stop letting them divide and conquer us. Because the power is in the people. But that's only if we stand in united. Even if we ain't all that united, you know what I'm saying, but we put on that front, they still can't mess with us. You know what I'm saying? The day that we wake up and be like, man, fuck this system, there's nothing they can do. Because we know it ain't working, if we're being honest with ourselves. I don't care what status you at. So, every time you catch yourself being a sexist or ageism, or talking about somebody about the older or younger, or about male or female, or about Democrat, Republican, Christian, Muslim, stop yourself and think like, man, this is what they want us to do, y'all. It ain't even about that. It's about the golden rule. Do unto others as you want done to yourself. If you live by that, man, in peace and love, and not only that though, we're gonna take it a step further. Not only do unto others as you want done to yourself, right? We gotta get to the way of thinking of, I want what's best for my brother and sister as I want for myself. Not just I want good, I want what's best for them. Whatever is the best for them, I want for them. just like I want it for myself. But you know the problem with most of us, we don't even want the best for ourselves. We don't even, but I ain't gonna say we don't want it. We don't believe that we can have the best for ourselves. But we got to start believing that and projecting that energy out. Because when you project that energy out, that's what comes back to you, brother. You feel me? So if I'm projecting out this love and peace and happiness for my brother, it's going to come back to me. You get it? The more you project out love, peace, and I want my brother to process, I want my sister to prosper, it's going to come back to you tenfold. Because when you doing it, it's people out there doing it just like you. And if we all doing it, then we all, you know what I'm saying? That energy going to be, it's like praise. It's like praising, like, you know what I'm saying? Giving praise to a God, you know what I'm saying? I want my brother to win. With that being said, man, I'm about to let y'all go, man. Peace and love to the gods and goddesses, kings and queens, Mother Earth. Love y'all, man. And I'm out. Random thoughts.